Beginning of this year, I went on my fast, and I was given a word from God, right? And the word was challenges. I learned that God was really telling me like this is going to be the year that He is going to challenge me and put challenges in different areas of my life more intentionally this year. These challenges are being placed in my life, and I'm going through them because there is something that I need to learn, something that I need to develop, something that I need to hone my skills in so that I can be prepared for what is coming my way. I look at everything as a lesson. That's how I try to look at life. So everything that I experience, I see it as a lesson that I'm supposed to learn from. Challenges are to be expected. There are going to be some years, some months, some quarters, some weeks where we feel like we're being challenged more than we have at any point in the past. And that's because there is something that we need to intently and intentionally learn during those periods of our lives. It's this year for me, it may be next year for you, but the goal is just to communicate and assist you and motivate you, right, to be encouraged even through the challenges. All right, welcome to the new episode of the Myles podcast. As always, the vision of this pod is to entertain, educate, and elevate you miles high above your fears, your doubts, and any limitations that you may think exist. Always knowing that those limitations only exist in your mind. All right. So today, first of all, I want to plug our upcoming Explore Africa tour. It's going down November 20th to December 1st of this year. We're going to South Africa. We're going to Cape Town and Johannesburg. Encouraging you, if you're interested, log on to our website, exploreafricatour.com. You can find out all of the information about the itinerary, the pricing, how to register, how to be a part of the trip, be a part of this tour. It's going to be a great one. I'm excited for it this year. Going with my family, so it's definitely kid friendly if you want to bring your spouse and your kids as well. Looking to have a good time, enjoying our experience of the culture in the motherland. All right, so this is my encouragement to you to join us this year on our Explore Africa tour. All right, hope to see you all there. Okay, so this particular pod, I wanted to talk about challenges. For me, I fast at the beginning of every year. It's sort of a how I bring my year in each year. I go on sometimes it's a 2-week fast, sometimes it's a 10-day fast, sometimes it's a 7-day fast, sometimes it's a 5-day fast. It just depends on what I'm being led to do. At the beginning of this year, I went on my fast, and I was given a word from God, right? And the word was challenges. And as I went through my fast, He started to reveal to me like what this means, what it meant. So at the end of my fast, I learned that God was really telling me like this is going to be the year that He is going to challenge me and put challenges in different areas of my life more intentionally this year. Now, I've always been challenged. I'm not even me. We all are challenged, right? We all experience challenges in different areas of our lives, and these are things that I feel are placed in our lives to grow us. But this year, I think the word for me was, it's going to be a lot more often, a lot more frequent, and maybe a bit more intense. And I looked at it as, okay, these challenges are being placed in my life, and I'm going through them because there is something that I need to learn, something that I need to develop, something that I need to hone my skills in so that I can be prepared for what is coming my way. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at every challenge, every obstacle. There's something that I'm supposed to learn from it. And this wasn't any different, right? That's how I kind of took it on. I remember having a conversation with Sharice, and just telling her, this the year of challenges, and like, so said, so done, right? And for me, like, I've been challenged, right, and mainly like particular aspects of my life. So it would be like my professional life and like my personal life, but in interaction with others, right? I feel like, I've always I say a lot of how I'm trying to work on being a lot more patient, um, and I feel like God is using that desire of mine, by placing situations where I need patience in my life, right? So situations where He wants me to exercise being patient. That's what I'm being challenged with. I think a lot of the times at least for me, I thought, if I say I want, X, Y, Z from God, I want to be a more patient person, He would bless me with patience. It would just be this this feeling of, or this sense of peace and like patience and like, tranquility, that is on me, where I just miraculously become a lot more patient than I used to be. But then I realized that, in order for us to train our muscles, train ourselves, train our minds, that we have to put it to work. And I started to realize that, okay, a lot of these challenges that I'm experiencing are in areas where I want to do better in my life. So that's what, I used to experience, and they were in very particular aspects of my life. But this year, it's been an influx of, man, just being challenged in every aspect of my life. As a man, I'm challenged with like the pressures of life, the expectations that may be on me, the expectations that I might put on myself, challenging how I identify my identity, right? What am I putting my foundation on, as far as how I identify myself and who I identify as, just as a man, right? A man of faith. Where does my moral compass swing? Just challenges in those areas as a man, as a husband. I've been challenged this year with how I communicate. Just being a support for my wife, especially with us now having our young girl, a daughter, and just growth in our marriage, growth in our relationship. There have been healthy challenges, right? Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy, but still challenges nonetheless, to where I've been learning how to navigate, these different aspects of our relationship, our marriage, and just being able to communicate those challenges, sit down, figure out, okay, how we're going to get past those. As a leader, someone who I'm leading a number of different organizations, and in those organizations, I lead individuals who are a part of those organizations and a part of my team. Just being able to make decisions, right? My decision-making skills have been challenged. The way that I motivate and influence others within these organizations, and just carrying the weight of the vision of the organization, making decisions in every aspect of that journey, getting the organizations where I feel they need to get, bringing the people on that need to be with us, who are working with us. I think all of the challenges I've been experiencing, especially as a leader in the areas that I lead, have really been sent to me, or I've been going through them in order to like really strengthen my leadership skills, hone in on like what I need to focus on, find out where or the areas that I lack in, the areas that I need to improve on and develop more in, and just going through the process of that development. And then as a friend, I've been challenged in the boundaries that I need to set, or that I need to continue to build. My relatability to my friends and family as well, and then just the growth of disconnect, right? And I call it the growth of disconnect because as we continue to grow as individuals and we expand our lives personally, right? So, I got married a few years ago, had a daughter this past year. So I've been growing as an individual in different aspects of my life. Naturally, there's a growth disconnect with some friends, some family members, and it's not anything that's bad or a negative, right? It's just a natural progression that we experience in our lives. And as we get to these different points in our lives, and I've just been noticing these type of things that have been happening to me, and man, I just wanted to like really encourage everyone out there or anyone out there that are going through similar experiences. Like maybe you're also being challenged in every aspect of your life this year. Whether that be your professional life, your personal life, your spiritual life, like you're continuously seeing challenges come up. And the challenges may be like everyday stuff, right? So like I consider a challenge for me, like if if my wife and I are out and we encounter an individual who is like hostile, right? And maybe hostile towards me. I see that as a challenge for me to see, okay, how am I going to respond in this situation? Because I always want to see, I was talking to my mentor, one of my mentors a few weeks ago, and I was telling him, man, I want to be a person to where when individuals come into contact with me, they leave feeling encouraged, right? They leave in the awe in which that I carry myself and I respond to different situations. Just want them to, again, be encouraged, to walk away saying, man, that experience I had, that conversation I had, left me feeling that I need to improve, right? And I've been met with these challenges on a consistent basis. I'm not talking like big challenges, right? I'm talking like life-threatening challenges or anything. It could be like something simple. I want to introduce you to the Monro Global app, the ultimate platform to empower your leadership journey and inspire your purpose-filled life. Access timeless teachings designed to help you grow in every area of your life. From leadership development to personal growth, Monro Global has it all at your fingertips. With the Monro Global app, you'll have exclusive access to powerful videos and messages from the legendary Dr. Myles Munroe, a digital library packed with life-changing content right at your fingertips, and a vibrant global community of visionaries, leaders, and change makers just like you. Whether you're at home, on the go, or in the office, the Monro Global app ensures you never miss an opportunity to learn, grow, and lead. Available now on Google Play and the Apple App Store, the Monroe Global app is your gateway to unlocking your potential and impacting your world. Download the Monroe Global app today and take the first steps toward living the life you were born to lead. Like the other day, my wife and I were out in a restaurant, and this group of people sat next to us, and I had my sunglasses on the seat next to me. It was a bench, so on the bench next to me, and one of the guys came in, sat down on the bench. I guess he didn't see my sunglasses, sat on my sunglasses and broke my sunglasses. And I feel like, so I reacted. I was upset, but I felt like I composed. I had a good hold of my composure in the moment, at least for the first part of the moment. And then like the other persons within their group just started to become a bit defensive and whatnot, and I started to become defensive myself, and not in the sense where I was getting loud, but I was really getting annoyed. And to me, it was like, man, you guys broke my shades. I didn't break my own shades. And I felt like, if you could just be apologetic and be like, oh man, my bad, I apologize. But it wasn't that, right? It was a bit more confrontational than that. And leaving that conversation or leaving that situation, or leaving any situation, I always ask myself, man, did I react the best way that I could have? Was there a better response that I could have had? Is there something else that I could have done, could have said, could have not said? So these are the types of challenges that I'm speaking of. I look at everything as a lesson. That's how I try to look at life. So everything that I experience, I see it as a lesson that I'm supposed to learn from, something that I'm supposed to learn a lesson from. So, these are situations that I go through and experience I have been going through and experiencing on a daily basis this year, both personally, professionally, spiritually, and I just want to encourage you that you can never grow what you don't go through, right? We don't grow through avoiding discomfort. You can't avoid like stuff that we don't like, stuff that we feel uncomfortable about. We grow through stuff that we go through, right? So we have to take on that discomfort and like allow it to change us, allow it to develop us, allow it to cause us to be better than we were the day before. I feel like that's what challenges are all about, right? I don't look at pain or agony and stuff that we may go through as punishment, right? It's pruning, right? It's really clipping off our rough edges and fine-tuning our character, fine-tuning our mindsets, right? Fine-tuning the individuals that we are, fine-tuning our skill sets. So, I see this year, I pegged it the year of challenges, and I truly believe, it being, we're 6 months into this year now. So we're in the latter half of this year. I've had, quite a number of challenges over the first 6 months of this year. And now I feel like it's going to continue. And I think because I'm conscious of it now, I look at everything as, okay, this is a learning experience for me. And I want to get to the point where I'm naturally reacting the way that I'm being prone to react, right? I want to be calm in every situation. I don't want to be boisterous. I don't want to be loud. I don't want to be in anger, right? I want to be a lot more rational than being emotional. And I think that's the me that I need in this next era of my life. And I feel like that's why this year has been so intense with the challenges, because there's something that I need to develop, some skills that I need to learn this particular year that that I'm going to need and use in the coming years. So challenges, I guess I want to encourage all of us to just accept them, right? Take them on as learning moments, learning points, right? In the Bible, in Romans 5 verse 3, it says, "But we also glory in our suffering, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance produces character, and character produces hope." So everything that we go through, we're being conditioned and pruned for to be better, right? To be better in every aspect of our lives. And I truly believe that. I truly believe that the challenges that we face are tests, right? And we're being tested to see what it is that we're going to do. Do you feel like there's more to life than what you're experiencing? That deep down, you're meant for something greater? It's time to stop wondering and start discovering. At the Monroe Institute of Leadership, we believe every person carries a unique purpose, a calling designed specifically for you. Our transformative courses, Discover Purpose and Unlock Your Potential, are crafted to help you uncover that purpose and equip you with the tools to step confidently into your destiny. These powerful courses are for leaders, entrepreneurs, students, and visionaries like you. Through proven principles and actionable insights, you will clarify your vision and set bold goals. You will identify your strengths and passions. You will overcome the barriers holding you back, and you will step boldly into your God-given potential. Our expert facilitators draw from timeless and tested principles, blending practical strategies with kingdom truths to empower you to lead a life of purpose, impact, and transformation. The world needs what you have to offer. Don't let another day pass without unlocking the greatness within you. Visit our website, themill.org, and register today. The Monroe Institute of Leadership. Renew your mind and transform a generation. So the other day, I got this call from a gentleman who had this business proposal for me, and usually I don't really know this guy. I know of him, like we heard of him through in passing, but never really had a conversation with him. But we had this conversation, and I don't really have like these type of conversations with individuals that I don't know, and it's just because like over the years, a lot of my time has been wasted from people who say, hey, I want to have a conversation, and they sit down with me, and then it's just like they're asking me to invest in this or do this or spend this, or it's just a waste of time for me. So I normally don't tend to do this, but this time I didn't think it was going to be the conversation that it was, but it ended up being I guess what I was used to, and I even looked at that as, okay, how am I going to respond in this conversation, right? How, like, my facial expressions, how am I going to interact and still be cordial with this guy, still communicate in a positive manner, and it was a challenge nonetheless, right? But it was something that I continue to learn from, and something that I feel like is continuing to prune me. And like I say, I feel like every challenge that I'm going through is for me to be the version of myself that I need to be within these coming years. God trusts me with the trials because he sees who I'm becoming. He sees who I need to become. So in order for me to receive what it is that he has for me, he wants to make sure that I am trustworthy, that I've been tested. It's like the parable of the talents, right? The owner could have just given there were 3 guys. He could have given the first guy 10 talents to start with, right? He could have given the second guy 5 talents to start with, and he could have not given the third guy anything, right? Because the scripture says that each person was given the quantity of talents based on their skill level, or based on their capabilities. So the master already knew, who these gentlemen were and what they were capable of, but he still wanted to test them, still wanted to be sure, still wanted to ensure that, once tested, they will manage and do with the resources what he really wanted them to do. So, and it's the same way for us, right? Even though God may or may not know what we are, well, God knows what we're capable of, right? But we may or may not know what we're capable of. And God wants to test us and hone our skills, right? Fine tune us, prune us, ensure that we are steadily developing and growing as individuals in all aspects of our lives, because he sees who he needs us to become. And so with that, he knows the challenges that we have to go through. I want you to remember this. It's not happening to you, whatever that challenge is. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's happening for your betterment. It's happening for the development. It's happening for you to be a better version of yourself in the days to come. All right. So I just want to continue encouraging all of us. Like, challenges are to be expected. There are going to be some years, some months, some quarters, some weeks where we feel like we're being challenged more than we have at any point in the past. And that's because there is something that we need to intently and intentionally learn during those periods of our lives. It's this year for me, it may be next year for you, but the goal is just to communicate and assist you and motivate you, right, to be encouraged even through the challenges. Learn what it is you need to learn, develop the skills that it is you need to develop, and just be a better version of yourself as you move forward in your day-to-day life, okay? So that's my encouragement to you today. Again, it's the year of challenges. So let's meet these challenges head on and continue to become the better versions of ourselves that we need to be. All right. So with that, I want to leave with you this milestone. And the milestone today is: don't rush out of the seasons that are developing you for who you need to be tomorrow. The seasons that we go through today are developing us and pruning us and honing the skills that we need for the persons that we need to be in the future. All right. So don't rush through these seasons of challenges. These challenges are needed and necessary for us to grow. You know, my dad always used to say, don't trust anyone that has never been tested. These challenges are here to test us, are here to establish our character, establish our morals, establish our ethics. And I think as we continue to go through this, and as people even see us go through the challenges that we go through, it'll strengthen their belief in us, and it'll create a foundation, a more firm foundation for our character, so that persons can be able to predict, man, when Myles goes through this, he's probably going to react this way or react that way, and hopefully those are positive and influential reactions. All right. So continue to be a person of impact, of influence, and just continue to sail through these challenges at the best of your abilities. Okay. So with that brings us to the end of this pod. Just wanted to share with you in the challenges that you may be going through, letting you know that we all are experiencing these challenges, and the onus is on us to make it through, right? To keep going through. Remember, it's not happening to us, it's happening for us. All right. So as always, the vision and goal of this pod is to entertain, educate, and elevate you miles high above your fears, your doubts, and any limitations that you may think exist. Always knowing that those limitations only exist in your mind. All right. Until next time, you guys stay blessed.